Hey Woodturners, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I'm not in the shop, I'm not stepped outside. Got a little sky falling right now, but had a question come in about the soda blaster. So I picked up my old soda blaster yesterday and the trigger had given up. Now that thing was about 6 or 7 years old. It cost $14 at Harbor Freight. I'd went through about 10 bags of sand and 6 or 8 bags of baking soda, so I figured I'd gotten my value out of it. I went and picked up another one. $14, Harbor Freight. I have an air chuck on it, 90 pounds of pressure. I've had it to 60 and it's worked really well. Now, if you don't find this at your local Harbor Freight online, and I think I have an item number I can put up right here, that you can look it up online, Harbor Freight, and you pay a flat fee of like $6 or $7 for shipping. For the median, that's what I'm using, good old-fashioned Arm & Hammer. I get this at Sam's, but also #1 blasting sand. Let me explain something to you guys that aren't familiar with it. Blasting sand is not round creek sand. Creek sand is round, it's been rolled and the corners are off. Blasting sand is milled or mined with sharp corners to cut. Hey. Yeah, I'm in a path of the helicopters today going to the hospital. Alright, so if you use #1 blasting sand, that's the really, really fine stuff, it comes out just about as well. I've got an old Forstner bit. Kind of raggedy, huh? I found this one in my truck box. This is my Diablo Shield by Uvex. Gravity fed, hence the shaking, but take a look. That's pretty clean. I got a couple other things I'm going to clean while we're here. Hold on. I still have some medium left. I found the clamp on the ground on a job site yesterday. It's a 3-inch. It's a really cheap clamp, but a clamp is a clamp, and you know the rule. You can never have too many clamps. I picked it up and threw it back in the car. If it didn't clean up, it'd be a good anchor. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. A little bit of grease in that, a little bit of oil. 3-in-1 oil, let's say that. And this thing will be alright. Finish cleaning up, clean the pads, clean the cup. Hey, what's that, $2? Took a minute, 40 cents worth of soda. Now, when I'm making my Blackhawk jigs, I sell these jigs, I normally jig up to do about 30 or 40 of them at a time. Now I use a plasma cutter to cut a hole in the top before I drill it. I weld on it 3 times. I have to clean up all the corners, take the slag and the saw marks and all off. Down inside it's kind of rough. So what do? Right here. Compressor. Compressor was running Hey, you had to wait on me. I went back and finished off that clamp. Look at that. Another 30 seconds and it cleaned right up. Piece of scrap on the ground. Somebody discarded or just dropped. And got a pretty good clamp out of it. Took off the welding slag and some other stuff. Cleaned up the inside and the burn marks. And kind of prepped it for painting. I do sand them though. And that was with soda. Now, I did say earlier you could use #1 blasting sand. If you use blasting sand, which is silica, there's a condition where silica in the lungs is not very good, and that's called silicosis. And you need to wear a respirator. And I'm talking respirator. If you can taste it, it's too late. Spit it out, wash out your nose, gargle out, and start with something fresh. Even if you got a Trend air shield, that'll help even more. And oh yeah, I get my blasting materials at Sam's for a 10-pound bag. It's real inexpensive. Mine sleeps outside with a clamp on top of it. And when I want to use it, all I do is just beat on it a little bit and it loosens up. That's what happens to me when the wife beats on me. I just loosen up. Okay. Now I showed you how to clean up tools, how to save some stuff. It started with the Forstner bit sharpening thing. And it kind of multiplied from there. Now I've also used this to clean off a little mini jet I have outside of my shop that I use occasionally. I'll pull the quill out and blast that and clean it up and then put some 3-in-1 oil on it. I've done fittings and screws and clamps and brackets and braces, all with soda blast, and it's a good safe way. Now where you at Harbor Freight, there's a small one that looks like a paintbrush or an airbrush. Little soda blaster for touching up and making things. That works really good with soda for etching glass. If you want to make a little template and etch some glass with some stuff, that's fun too. It's just something you can play around with when you get out to the shop. I got to get back in the shop. There's more sky falling. You know, it's a heat wave here. We're 74 degrees in the first day of December. Whew. It's got to be South Louisiana. I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I'm making shavings. What are you doing? And I gotta ask you, have you turned your freedom pen today? Didn't think so. Get out there and do it. Whoa, new fitting. Love that.